Okay, Kevin Walters is set to be announced the new Broncos head coach on Wednesday. There's been some leaks to the press, which I don't think covers the Broncos organisation any real glory. They've mishandled Wayne Bennett's departure, Seabold's appointment, Seabold's departure, and now Kevin Walters' appointment because they've dragged out the process. Instead of acting quite quickly when Seabold went and tried to find a successor because there were coaches on the market, they dragged it out, which has put them behind the curve when it comes to the other teams in the league. The other 15 teams in the NRL have already been announcing signings for next season. Those teams, including Canterbury and North Queensland, that departed ways with their coaches, have already announced replacements very quickly and are already in the process of signing new players coming in and players leaving. They're already working out who's in, who's out, and they're adjusting their squads accordingly. Brisbane, all they've done is they've signed Isaac Luke and Ben Teo as incomings this season. They're both in their mid-30s, and they've lost David Fafita outbound to Gold Coast. There's issues with Pangai Jr. Will he stay? Will he go? How long is his suspension going to last? Is the NRL integrity unit going to come down heavily on the Broncos because of these alleged third-party payments? That is a massive headache going forwards. There's a lot of injuries, and there's a lot of players on big money who are either injured or not able to play for whatever reason. That is, again, a problem that Kevin Walters is going to have to face. Roster management. Player recruitment has been an issue. Player development has been a problem. And you look at the amount of players that Brisbane have had under their junior grades and through their system that they've let go, that they've said, oh, you're not good enough to make the Broncos. They've gone on to other clubs elsewhere within the last 15 or so years and been exceptionally successful. So there's an issue there. Also, there's issues within the boardroom. The boardroom's clearly got a split. There's a lack of direction with this board. They're the ones who sign off on the player salaries, the coaching decisions, where the money goes in the club. They're the ones who sign off on these things. Ex-players are feeling alienated by the board. The Broncos is one of those clubs that has a very good old boys network where the old players, are members for life and all this thing. They're feeling alienated. There's a breakdown in relationship between ex-players and the boardroom, which is creating division. But the performances on the pitch, worst defence, just leaked points all over the place, averaged 32 points a game, conceded consistently throughout the season, 1 win in 18 since the resumption. If the resumption was let's say it was an 18-round season, they've only got 2 points. They really, really struggled. From the resumption of play in round 3 all the way to round 20, they were off the boil. They won one game in that period. They had several record-breaking defeats to clubs, including the West Tigers and the Roosters, record-breaking defeats, and they never really got going. They didn't adapt well to the new rules, and there's other rule variations that were tested in round 20 that look likely to be brought in next season. They didn't adapt well to the 6 again rule. Their pack, while exceptionally powerful and very talented in an attacking sense, defensively, when mistakes happen or they concede points or they fall behind, the heads drop. So there's a lack of leadership there. Relying on Katoni Staggs, Carrigan, Herbie Farnsworth as your 3 best players consistently throughout the season. They're all under the age of 23. All of them are very, very young in their first or second season. So they're not got a lot of experience in those players that are taking the lead, that are putting a performance in every week. Payne Haas, Pangai Jr. suspended, off-field indiscretions. Other players, misbehaving before a key match, which then led to a hammering defeat. These things keep piling up. So Kevin Walters has got to come in, got to change the culture in that dressing room, and make them more confident. Because clearly there's a lack of confidence, and there's a clear split in that dressing room. There's division in the dressing room. There's also division in the boardroom. So we'll see what happens. There's also rumours linking Craig Bellamy and Wayne Bennett with coaching directors' roles. How would that work? Because what will they sign off on? How much interference would they actually have in the day-to-day coaching? And Kevin Walters, is it a bit of a risk? Somewhat, because state of origin is different to club rugby in the sense that you're only with the origin players for 3 games in a short period of time, whereas in club rugby it's a year-round job. You're always assessing things, you're always scouting players, you're always working new training drills, even in the off-season. There's always things that are going on the day-to-day. It's a completely different style of coaching. Will Kevin Walters adapt to that? We'll have to wait and see. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.